In DC, for DC. DC Radio, 96.3 HD4 and DCRadio.gov.
What's going on, everybody? How are you all feeling today? It's a great day. You're alive and you're able to listen in and check out what's going on Choppin It Up with Chook. I'm so excited. First and foremost, I want to give a couple of shout outs to my DC Radio family and Max Myrick and Shane. Shout out to the guys at FBCG and the band, and Anthony Brown and Josh Jenkins getting ready for a major production that I'm glad to be a part of. So when I'm not there working 10-hour rehearsal days, I'm here with you all, having fun and bringing people to the forefront in this platform that's whose journey has sometimes empowered so many people that you just don't even know about. And that's what this platform is for. I thank God to have the opportunity to have so many friends and family and just in the entertainment game, we call it the music business, the music game, I like to say is a competition based on specific rules. And here on Chopping It Up with Chook, we sharpen our rules of engagement. Oh, come on. And we're back. So listen up. Today is amazing because if y'all been looking at social media and everything, I've been saying this is my sister from another mister. We'll get into that in a minute. We have literally known each other over 20 years. We were talking, ladies and gentlemen, AKA Lady K. Listen, Miss Karen Linette, amazing songstress. Hey, how are you? That's the great crowd noise. How are you today?
I am fantastic, Brother Chooky.
It's good to see you.
You too.
I said, I have to have you on here. This is so much fun.
I'm so grateful.
So let's get right into it. We were out in the lobby. We were talking earlier. I said, it's one thing to, have friends and cohorts and co-laborers in this entertainment thing that we, live and love.
Yes.
I said, but it's so different when I have to do things for the show, like for Chopping Up with Chook. It's really cool to go and do my research. And what's crazy is we'll be gigging on stage for years and don't know this person has done this, this person has done that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
So listen, I want to give an official introduction. We'll get into some of our stories from years ago. Oh my God! As long as we're not looking like it.
I know,
you know
right?
what I'm saying?
Right? I know, right?
But Miss Karen Linette is a songstress that hails from Silver Spring, Maryland, in the Washington metropolitan area. And for the past 20 years, she has been commanding audiences and performing at venues throughout the metropolitan area as well as abroad. Karen Linette has graced the stage at venues such as the historic Blues Alley, Constitution Hall, the Showplace Arena, and has honored our country on many occasions, performing the national anthem at the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts and the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. for NBA teams, the Washington Mystics and the Washington Wizards. Today, not only is she on the show, we get back to that. But she has worked with a plethora of artists and groups in the Washington, D.C. area. She's also been blessed to share the stage with an abundance of national recording artists such as Norman Connors, Don Robinson from En Vogue, Michael Henderson, Gene Carnes, Sybil, Mike Phillips, Howard Hewitt, CeCe Peniston, RL from the group Next, Q Parker from the group 112, yes indeed, Club Nouveau, Case Miles, J. Anthony David, Mickey Howard, Tom Brown, Marion Meadows, Regina Bell, and Dexter Wanzel. Listen to me.
Come on.
Like I said, all we know sometimes is, when we on gigs and stuff, I'm just like, not only do you have an amazing spirit.
Thank you.
So now that I gave the formal bio, I could talk to you. So let me let you all know this. This woman right here is responsible. We were just talking over 20 years ago. Gave me my first CD I was getting cultured with hip hop and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And she gave me a CD. She said, a lot of the hip hop tunes you hear, well, these are the original covers that they sampled it from. And when I tell you, you don't know, I can tell you today, you don't know the impact that did on my life because it allowed me to understand where things came from before we know where it's going. Mm-hmm. So even now, I have respect for everybody who's sampling and all that stuff. I was peeped to what the sampling was taken from years ago. And I want to tell you publicly, openly, thank you, give you your flowers while you can smell them, all that good stuff. This woman did that. You know, let me see if I can do it. So Karen, so question.
Yes.
So what is your inspiration behind what you do?
Wow. Coming up, listening to music, my folks were soul music lovers. They played music in the house all the time.
Gotcha.
So then then I would go my mom played music in the house. My dad played music at his house. And then, you know, I'd go over to his house and spend the weekends. My dad would have a collection of soul music. So like I said, I would go spend the weekends at his house. And we would stop on the way to his house, get a packet of blank cassettes, and I sat at his stereo literally like the entire weekend listening to music. As I got older in high school, going to Bethesda Chevy Chase, Battling Baron, shout out. Yeah, BCC.
Gotta do it.
My older brother, Kingfish, who's also a musician, was in the marching band and in the jazz band.
I had no idea that me and him went to school together.
Exactly.
I didn't know y'all were related. I was like,
know.
Fish, really?
Fish, Kingfish. So, you know, being there and then being in a very diverse school, he turned me on to he was listening to some rock. And he was listening to reggae. And so all those things together just gave me such an affinity for all genres of music. And to this day, I listen to all genres of music in all eras.
And you know a lot of songs. So we've done a good amount of gigs together.
Yes.
We even have a gig later on today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we stay working, but you know a rack of songs. Every once in a while, I like the email that you sent me a while ago with like your song list.
Yeah.
And it's in alphabetical order. And it needs to be because there's so many others. You know, so many songs from but you know, but even in this, you know, sharing, like I said, our stories and our journey so that it can help somebody else out. That's very, very important, knowing different styles of music, playing the room.
Yes.
You know, you will know if a song is going over their head and it's not getting them. You need to have at least one song in your repertoire.
Yes.
That's for everybody.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so, you know, shout out to you. There's many songs that from your list, I'd be like, I need to learn this and this and this. So one thing I always think about also is being an artist in the things that we like and the things we don't like when there's nobody else around and we're off the stage and all of that stuff. So that's like a real thing. So what is it that you most like about being an artist?
I love speaking to the people through music. Music touches lives in so many ways. Sometimes you just have no idea.
Gotcha.
One person messaged me, actually a guy in England messaged me and told me how my new song, Upside of Life, was so motivational to him. I have another friend in the area who's a dancer as well. He said he listens to that song every morning. And he even, thankfully, my boy Jamil, shout out to him, he played that song in his dance class recently.
Really?
Yeah. So he shared a video with me of a young lady, one of his colleagues, and they're dancing to my song. And I was like, that's just such a blessing when you can hear how the music touches you. It touches people in various ways.
Absolutely.
So like with Upside of Life being a motivational type tune, it's just one of those get up songs.
Gotcha.
And so that's the part for me.
So tell us about Upside of Life. Like, so what's who's on it and what it's about and all that good stuff.
Upside of Life, a beautiful young lady by the name of Angela Phillips wrote the song for us, and then produced by Chris Big Dog Davis. A lot of the cats.
Shout out.
Yeah, a lot of cats know Big Dog, man. It's all love.
It's all love, kid. It's all love.
If you hear this term, it's all love.
Listen,
that's Big Dog right there.
Look him up.
So look him up. He's produced for greats like Mesa and Najee and Gerald Albright and Phil Perry, and the list goes on and on. Incredible musician and just an absolutely superb guy.
Gotcha.
And so he took a chance on me with two singles off of my current EP that he produced. And so pleasure working with him. He's hilarious, by the way.
That's the hobby.
And so, but Angela Phillips wrote this song about it's just again about just getting on your feet, getting up and making it, another day. It's going to be all right. Just all those sorts of things. It's just one of those motivational cuts. And actually, Upside of Life features Najee on flute.
Gotcha. So we're about to take a listen to that.
Yeah.
So, but with that, you were just explaining like the concept and the content of the song.
Yeah.
So the second half to that previous question, what do you dislike most about being an artist?
Ooh, I don't think a lot of people like if sometimes it's ooh, that's a toughie. It's like, should I go there? Should I go there? I mean, a lot of times we really don't like the business of things.
Gotcha.
We like just to get up there and just entertain the people and bless the folks with this anointing. But
you hit the head, sister. You hit the nail on the head.
It's the business side of things that sometimes gets a little murky and that kind of discourages a lot of people.
Right. And then with us being creative brains.
Yeah.
And, we're up there and the responsibility to let the virtue flow through us to make the crowd dance or make them feel a certain kind of way. That takes a lot. One of the things that we do say is to the up-and-coming artists or artists, if you're already out there and you have experienced some things that ain't been on point in the music game or the entertainment industry, period, update your software when it comes to the business of it. You could take something just as pure as music and then add the term business to it, and it's a different ball game. So wisen yourself up about that. And that's what, we all, I'm sure, Karen, you got many, many stories about hooplas and, bamboozlements and everything.
Hoodwinked and bamboozled.
Run them up.
Led astray. I got a whole plethora.
I'm sure. And that's what, and our experience is a gift because that is sometimes the element that comes through why we play or sing how we do. And they call that the mojo. You have to go through a little test before you have a testimony. You know what I mean? Now. And it comes through us.
Yeah.
So this song, Upside of Life. Listen, we're about to play this right here on Choppin It Up with Chook. I'm 101 with Karen Linette here on DC Radio.
Yeah.
Step by step, round by round, I'm reaching up to higher ground. There is no negativity. I'm taking care of my responsibilities. I can see a rainbow in the sky. I'm reaching up for my life. No wind, no rain can stop me now. I'm stepping up to higher ground. Reaching, trying to, reaching, trying to, no looking back, can't change the past. I'm here to stay free at last. I made mistakes, been misunderstood. Got a second chance, and now I'm feeling good. I will survive, no matter what they say. Tired of all this hurt, tired of this game. Don't you worry if you should fall. Stand back up and reach for the stars. Reaching, trying to. Reaching,
heard Upside of Life by Miss Karen Linette. That song feels great, sister.
Don't it feel good?
That song feels great.
It feels good down in your bones.
Yes, it does. So who's all is on that? And I know you said Big Dog.
Yeah, Big Dog produced the track, and Angela Phillips wrote the song. And then I also got my main man, Spur of the Moment's own Kevin Kojo Prince.
Yes,
is
indeed.
Percussion on there.
Yes, indeed.
And background vocals, Miss Dawn Tallman, a phenomenal vocalist, and Mr. Isaac Clemens. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if you are viewing, if you're watching the stream, is that the album?
This is the EP. Yeah,
that's the EP.
Yeah,
Can you show it?
Yeah,
let me see. Can y'all see this?
Can y'all see that?
Can you see it? Yeah. If you're listening, you need to go and find Miss Karen Linette.
Yeah.
This is the EP Upside of Life. That's the song you just heard. So, question.
Yes.
So, Karen, what are some challenges that you think that you've had to face in terms of being an artist and being born in the DMV? Mm-hmm. And, sometimes it's hard to break through at our own hometown sometimes. Sometimes it's easier once you go away. They be like, oh, you out there? I was like, but I've been here for 50 years,
Isn't that the truth, Ruth? Because, and this is something that we were speaking about not too long ago, as a matter of fact, you have many, I'm going into historian mode.
Got you.
Where you had Marvin Gaye, mm-hmm. Don Covey, Billy Stewart, Van McCoy, mm-hmm. all of those names you all know in the music industry that were giants in the music industry. However, they didn't blow up here.
Gotcha.
In this town. They had to go outside of the DMV and blow up. Johnny Gill, that's another one. Genuine.
Yeah,
There's the plethora of artists that are from right here.
Right.
Duke Ellington is from D.C.
Right.
You're right.
But
just didn't get the love, mm-hmm. for lack of a better word, here. Mm-hmm. And that's, in all realness, that's mm-hmm. my struggle.
Yeah, gotcha.
Getting the play here where my music is doing very well across the pond in England. Mm-hmm, I'm mm-hmm. playing in the Philippines and Brazil.
Gotcha.
I have people reaching out from all over the world.
Gotcha.
But I would really love it if I got some love right here in my hometown. That would be just a blessing.
And so listen up, everybody. And that's what this this platform I always want to do is make sure that everybody is listening to the artists that are here. There's so many times, you're like, oh, I love it. I love the music. Well, we can go and support them here. Mm-hmm. The game changed a little bit when everything is, digital. There are no more albums. But if you go to I still get CDs pressed.
Oh, yeah.
Because when we perform live, the CD, some computers don't even have CD players anymore.
I know.
But that's a direct point of contact with the audience. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I love to, I have to ask you how to spell your name. If your name is Kim, I didn't spell Kim. K-Y-M, K-I-M-K-E, you know what I'm saying? And so you have to engage in some kind of conversation. And that's the thing. A lot of us here in the DMV, we will continue to work hard. We will always continue to put forth quality and professional music. And it's the same thing as we listen to people who are not from here, but we end up supporting. Mm-hmm. So let's even the playing field out. And that's why I want people to hear your music and some more stuff here on Choppin' It Up with G.
And I appreciate that. Love's in your face.
Yes, so thank you so much. Thank you. So, Karen, question is, what would you call one of your biggest accomplishments? I know you've sang and performed with amazing people. But what would be an accomplishment that you say, you know what, this is one?
The accomplishment is putting that EP out.
I know. Listen.
That was my first effort. I mean, people have been telling me for years, mm-hmm. you need to do a record. You need to do this. You need to do that. But the thing is, it was never in my spirit to record all of these years. Right. As long as I've been performing, it was never in my spirit. And it was not only until 2 years ago, I said, you know what? I think it's time to do it.
Gotcha.
And all the stars aligned, and there you go. Because the thing was, again, I have to be able to feel it.
Absolutely.
I have to be able to feel it. And I've been blessed to, work with some amazing people, and there you go. So, yeah.
And what does that creative process look like for you? Getting this, because this is a beautiful presentation, is everything, all that stuff, and sometimes artists don't understand. A lot of it is branding.
Oh, yeah.
And the first thing a person, receives in their hand or sees, they want to make sure, oh, you know what? Okay, I like this.
Yeah, yes. I mean, well, shout out to my girl, Mickey Friend, who designed the cover there. So, she's an amazing artist and has done a lot of graphic work for a lot of people in the area. So, shout her out, too. And so that's one thing. There's the little things that you have to take into account, such as the graphic artist, the music selection, the producers.
Yes.
Every producer that comes to you and says, I want to produce something for you, maybe they're not necessarily fitting to your style or what have you.
Right.
So making sure that person fits to your style or what have you.
All of those people, these are key things.
Yeah.
Preparation plus opportunity equals success.
Yes.
If you don't have those things in place already in a small working machine, I was like, like you said, the graphic artist, the photographer, the layout design.
Yeah.
That's just the art. That's just that. We ain't even talking about the music.
Not even talking about the music. Then you're talking about studio time. You're talking about musicians' time. You're talking about the other stuff, the business aspect of things. I got to do a photo shoot. You got to do this. And as a female, you got to get makeup. You got to get styling. You got to, so all those people. Then you got to talk about your publicist. You got a publicist in place to help you push this brand out.
And give it a buzz before the album.
And give it a buzz. Yeah. Exactly. You got to get your website up because now people don't, you're not legit unless you have a website.
Gotcha.
You can't just, now social media, of course, is a big component of that as far as promoting on Facebook and Instagram. However, website and this and that, business cards.
Gotcha.
All of these things. You're like, so for me, it's dollar signs in your head.
Yes, indeed.
That's the stressful part.
What's the budget?
What is that going to cost?
Right.
As the comedian Godfrey always mocks his father, who's going to pay for this?
That's
my first thing. Who's going to pay for this?
Exactly. So once you've come up with the whole concept, everything, and you have it in this form and fashion, and like since we are in the DMV and you mentioned, I mentioned in your bio,
yes,
some of the amazing venues that you've played at. So what venue do you like the most? Or name 2 or 3 venues that you like the most around where we are?
Well, back in the days when I first started performing on a regular basis, like Tacoma Station was home base.
Gotcha.
So that still kind of feels like home. I haven't actually performed at Tacoma Station in several years now. However, it's still home for me.
Gotcha. So pause for the cause.
Yes.
Listen up. You just said Tacoma Station. We said in the beginning that we were talking that we've known each other for many, many years. Me and Karen used to shout out to Soundproof Band.
Soundproof.
And Mike and Cloudy and Tim and Pete and
Jimmy. Yeah.
Pablo, everybody
Pablo.
Who used to come through and see us up at Tacoma Station.
Yeah.
That was years ago. But this is where I learned, real talk, my commitment level and endurance. Because we would do them sets and I'm like, whoa, it's late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah.
I said, okay, so some gigs are going to be this late.
Oh, yeah.
And when we get out, it's not only dark, but it's good and dark because it's super late.
It's called 2 in the morning.
Yes, indeed.
It's called 2 in the morning. It's called 2 a.m. when we're done.
Yes, indeed. Right. And the body moves a little differently now.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Soundproof. That's where it was so many memories of the music that we played and seeing the response from the audience, just a pure response. You know what I'm saying? Like Tacoma Station, next thing you know, the people who were coming up and, seeing us, they became like family.
Yeah.
I would see people out years later after we stopped playing. They'd be like, Chook. I'd be like, I don't quite remember where I remember you from, but they say Soundproof. I was like, oh yeah.
And if I could add in there, that Soundproof Band, as quiet as it's kept, was like that premier band back then. Who was kind of along the lines of Soundproof. You had Listen. You had a couple other grown and sexy quote unquote bands in the area, and Soundproof was that band where you had a lot of when you see other musicians coming to the shows
exactly,
because they want to see what the hype is all about. They want to see what's going on. They're coming to the show, and I'm up there looking on the stage, and I'm looking out in the audience, and I get musician, singer, and they're coming to see what's going on. Soundproof was that band.
Absolutely, and the thing about it is, the musicians and the singers, they were coming. It wasn't like no competition thing, or they like headhunting, trying to take our gig.
Yeah,
it was like, yo, I've been working. I want to go hear a good band.
Yeah. And I want to hear what's been going on. I mean, there's been so much talk in the street about Soundproof. Because not only we're presenting that grown and sexy little pocket, a party set, but we had some singing in the first set. We gave you some singing.
And and the musicians, like I said, the cats, Jimmy, I ain't mentioned V-Dub,
Pete Chapman, Miss Danny.
Oh my God,
there's been a slew, Money Man. There's been a slew of folks that have been in the Keith, been in this band throughout the years, and they're still rolling heavy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, still rolling heavy. Shout out to Cloudy.
Yeah, all day. Great guy there. So listen, so can we get into another one of your songs? You got a song called Let Me Know. What's that about?
Let Me Know is another one produced by Big Dog.
Big Dog, shout out.
My Big Dog. It's all love.
It's all love, kids. All love.
So it's all love. Yeah. And so he presented this song to me, and Let Me Know is something he wrote. It's about, in this hookup culture, in 2019, what we're going to not do is we're not going to play games. You're going to let me know what's up.
Right.
So I'm feeling you. Are you feeling me is the question. Because, that's what's lost in relationships today. Like, if I like you, you like me, let's get it. What you want to do?
Right.
But now people are too busy playing games and straddling the fence, and it's just a whole lot of foolery.
I know that's right.
So therefore, let me know. I ain't got all day. Life is short.
Let Me Know by Karen Linette. Here on Choppin' It Up with Chook, DC Radio.
Hey.
Why you playing and hiding? Is there someone that you're really feeling? Late night hours waiting for you. I can't believe the things you put me through. Yes, I got so much to give to you. Is this what you're looking for? So tell me what you gonna do, 'cause I'm so in love with you. Let me know, let me know, let me know, me know. Let me know. I got a thing for you. I can't let go. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Let me know. You can't let me know. So let me know what you wanna do. My fantasy is all of you. Turn down the lights, make sweet love to you, baby. Let me know if you're feeling me. Should I go or should I leave? Baby, let me know. I got so much to give to you. My darling, is this what you're looking for? So tell me what you gonna do, 'cause I'm so in love with you. Let me know, let me know, me know. If you got a thing for me, got a thing for you. I sure got a thing for you. Let me know, let me know, me know. That you love me. I can't let go. Let's talk this out. Just tell me what you want to do, please. Let me know. I got a thing for you. I can't let go. I want to give all my love to you. I'm here. Don't leave me.
Listen. Your music is very, very grown.
It's grown.
Yes.
It's grown folks.
Grown folks.
That's grown
and
folks.
It feels good. You can two-step to it. You can just rock to it.
Yeah.
So, that feels so good.
And shout out to my man Kevin Levi on sax on that one.
Yeah, that's the homie. That's the homie.
DMV,
yes,
baby.
indeed. Kevin Levi. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So, Karen, name 3 songs that have inspired your life over the duration that you've heard them and been like,
Oh, Lord. 3 songs. That's tough. Because I'm such a...
And yeah.
Oh, golly. Ooh, that's just so broad.
Right, it's just like...
it's hard to pull 3 songs.
Got you.
But let me, whatever comes to mind first.
Okay.
Isaac Hayes, By the Time I Get to Phoenix.
Got you.
Marvin Gaye, Come Live With Me, Angel. Minnie Riperton, Expecting. We'll go there.
Ooh-wee. And some of y'all listening and watching this on stream was like, I don't know. Those are the songs that you be like, ooh. Yeah. Oh my God, that's so rich. And it tells as an artist, sometimes we have the commercial thing. Mm-hmm. And then you listen to the album and they'll be like, well, that was a single, but you feel that?
I'm a B-side chick. That's why I'm a B-side chick all day. So when it comes to the mainstream stuff, I may not be always in the know because I'm the B-side chick. I like the stuff that didn't get the radio play.
Gotcha.
That's, yeah.
So question, how did the social media, did that impact you a lot when it came to, how did it impact you as in terms of like releasing CDs or releasing music?
The social media aspect has been phenomenal because, again, my stuff would not have been heard otherwise. Like I said, I got a lot of folks that have given me so much love over in England and just across the waters. And just, like I said, I got folks from Japan, England, Philippines, Brazil, and then there's people that have reached out to me in the U.S. Like I got a message from a person in Atlanta.
Gotcha.
I got Cleveland reaching out. So Cincinnati.
And those are the places, and you all hear these places. It's all right to invite us out too, because we'll come to wherever you are.
Yeah, I can go up there. Richmond, come on now.
Yeah.
I can pack up the car. We can be on our way.
It's work ain't hard. This is what we do, and that's part of the fun of it too. Traveling and seeing different groups of people's reactions to the music that we do. Yeah.
I got my passport.
Yeah.
I got my passport.
I know that's right.
It's up to date.
I know that's right.
Come on now.
Like I said, so you have been, one thing I want to tell you is you also, you're cool off stage. I believe that it's not sometimes the person on stage and them singing or they're playing that gets you, quote unquote, supporters or fans or stuff like that. It's your offstage presentation.
Yeah.
And your offstage presentation has always been super sweet. You've always been the same person. And you don't change. And I appreciate it. And then when you hear her sing, you be like, if she wanted to be arrogant, no, you know what I mean? But you don't ever do that. And that's just so cool. So I would not dare have you in the studio today and we don't do something. And what's crazy is, like I said, we got an engagement this evening, but we're not even playing any songs from there.
Right.
But you do a version of Stevie's Another Star.
Yeah, so we laid this down last year, as a matter of fact. I did last year when I decided to take this effort and put out music. I said, let me start small and just do a double single, if you will. So I had Another Star and Couldn't Love You, which was my original cut.
Got it.
Another star, we said Stevie. Now, we talk about Stevie. Now, we know that we can't always go there with Stevie because Stevie is an icon. And so if you're going to touch his music, you better come correct or don't come at all. Right.
So put some respect on his name.
Put some respect on his name. And then we said, well, let's do something that is not as, for lack of a better word, well known.
Got you.
So we came up with Another Star, which is off of his Songs in the Key of Life album, if you don't know.
Got it.
And so we took that, made a different arrangement to it, produced by my main man, 20.
Got it.
20's out of the Memphis area. My main man, 20, produced the track and said, hey, 20, throw some R&B under this.
Yes.
We cut it acoustically, locally here, myself, Kevin Kojo Prince, and Dokun Oke.
When I say Dokun, on that good time,
Yo, Dokun. Shout out to Dokun,
yes,
my Nigerian brother, Dokun Oke. So they cut it locally here. We got it to my main man, 20. Say, hey, 20, throw some R&B under it, and it came back as fire.
Oh, my goodness.
So that's how that worked out.
So y'all gonna have to search.
Yeah.
All you're punching is Linette on all paying sites as well, iTunes and all that good stuff.
All of that.
You know, but she does another style. Let me see.
And I got a music video, too, for Another Star as well, which you can see on YouTube.
Really?
I sure enough do cut a music video.
We need to,
I got a love interest in everything in the video.
Y'all better go and look at, I'm about to pull that up and watch it.
Look at my music videos. Oh, no.
What is it?
The fantabulous Chooky's playing these chords for me, I swear. He gonna get me working up here this morning. Let me see.
Come on now.
Yeah. For you, there might be another star, but through my eyes, the light of you is all I see. For you, there might be another song. All my heart can hear is your melody. So long ago, my heart without demanding informed me that what our love could do. But listen, did I not, through understanding, fell in love with one who would break my heart in two? For you, yeah. Love, I bring a toast of wine. With each sparkle, know the best for you, I pray. For you, love might be for you to find, and I will celebrate our love from yesterday. Yeah. Everybody know this part. La 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 la. Sing it. Hey, come on. La 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 la. Hey. La 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 la. Keep it. La 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 la. I like what you're doing right there.
I'll say.
Got that rocket love right there. Yeah. Woo! Keep it going right there. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going right there. for you since I was born. A woman sensitive and warm, and that you were. That's Stevie right there. That's Stevie right there. Keep going. You took me running in a rocket and gave me a stop. And at a half a mile from heaven, you dropped me back down to this cold, cold world. Yeah. All right, now let me stop.
Yo, right here. And what's so funny? Like I said, so there it takes a moment.
Yeah.
Because like we went to a whole different place.
We go over here. I like to go left around the corner. And
yes.
I get that with musicians all the time. I said, listen here. I at any point I may go. If you never played with me before, I may go left.
Gotcha.
Just chill. Don't fret.
Right.
Like, what song is that? What key do I put it in?
Exactly.
Don't worry about it. I got you.
Gotcha.
Just I'm gonna sing around you.
That's it. That's
what I
it.
do.
That's it. Superstar. When I say an amazing songstress, I wasn't just talking about it and playing games. My sister, oh my goodness. Look, when you went there, I was like, oh my God. I was like, and the thing about it is, because you know so many songs, then when you start singing them, be like, oh my God, I remember that song. So the musician be like,
yeah.
Like, no. Stay right there. Right.
I want to sing on that song.
Right.
Because that's the melody of it. That melody, this is the thing. The melody has to match, and lyrically it has to make sense as well.
Got you.
You know, a lot of people have tried to emulate that style and not as successful. Sorry, no shade. No shade. But the thing is, lyrically, it has to make sense, and melodically, it has to gel.
Got you.
And therefore you go.
Wow-wee.
Yeah.
So listen, Karen, oh my goodness. You know how to set an atmosphere. And that's why I also can appreciate, because sometimes people need a whole bunch of bells and whistles.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's cool that when you are performing, to surround yourself around people who are certified in what they do. But when it's all stripped down and there's no Pro Tools, and it might just be an acoustic guitar and a cajon. You know what I'm saying? What are we going to do now?
What are we going to do?
The people going to nicely get up when they say, be happy twice. Be happy you came to perform, and be happy that you got off the stage. We don't want them to be happy twice. We just want them to be happy that we got on stage and come and support the product afterwards.
Yes.
So, question. So, what would you say to anybody listening now with your journey and everything that you've experienced? What would you give either an up and coming young artist trying to find their way and trying to get their sea legs, or someone who has been around for a moment but didn't have the or does not have the encouragement or the right pep talk to push them in that right direction? What would you tell them?
Humility is one. Networking is major.
Absolutely.
This business is about friendships. It's about relationships, bottom line.
Yes.
It's about relationships all day. You can say what you want. To quote other musicians who have stated that I may not necessarily want to hire the guy with the best chops.
Right.
I would rather work with the person who is punctual, who comes in knowing the music.
Absolutely.
And things of that nature, and who has a good attitude.
So now, so that's going to be a whole different segment that I'm going to do. One day, I'm going to bring in some certified people. It's things I call them 10 gig rules. And some of the gig rules are, like you said, definitely punctual. Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. That's how you lose a gig quick.
Yeah.
Another one, like I said, what I've learned from you, many years ago, the difference between a song list and a set list.
Yeah.
A song list is a list of songs that some might be familiar with, some might not. And then you choose from that. A set list is the order of songs that you're going to perform in the order that they are going to be, the time, specifications and everything.
Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I say, and then you just hit a nail on the head. Sometimes it's better to ask somebody who don't know all the brand newest chops in the book, but they're a nice person to be around.
Nice person to be around. A good attitude will take you a long way.
Absolutely.
A good attitude would take you a super long way versus, like I said, the guy with the amazing chops. I could not care less about the amazing chops. Can I ask you to play a straight beat for me?
Got you.
You know.
Gotcha.
So yeah. Those things are so important. And like I said, just remaining humble, good attitude, relationships with people, because you don't know where people's alliances are.
That's right. That's right.
So when you and then stop comparing yourself to what others are doing.
Right.
And why aren't you in where you feel like you should be in this level?
Right.
Everyone has their time, in a sense.
Right.
It's how do I put this? It's just basically focus on you and your journey. Okay?
That's it. Secure your identity.
Secure your identity, secure your journey, promote your brand.
Absolutely.
Blow yourself up, because you can't expect others to do it for you.
Right. And then like we always talk about the rules of engagement, then there's ways to do that. Yeah. While you're continuing to brand yourself, we still are gigging with, other artists because we're working, but that is not always the time on somebody else's gig to brand your thing.
Amen.
If you're working, go and work.
Amen.
You have your time. You know what I'm saying? There's a time and place for everything. And sometimes, we've seen people, just make unwise decisions or uneducated decisions about their branding and the way they want to put themselves forth. And then when something happens, you be like,
yeah, exactly.
No good.
Exactly.
So sit and talk with people. There's tutorials on YouTube.
Yes.
YouTube University, how to secure a deal. Eat the meat and spit out the bones, because some of that information goes with whatever, things that we get ourselves into. And that's very, very important. And like Karen, like you said, like the relationships, you never know what alliances people have. You never know who you might have tried to walk over that ends up being the person you have to answer to later on.
Oh, yeah.
All
day.
Has some humbling moments.
Humbling moments. And then as well, there's people, and of course, as an artist, you deal with the frustration of being underestimated. And we all have our moments with that, where you're looking like, well, how did that person get that gig?
Right.
How come I didn't get that gig?
Right.
Or, well, how did you get that opportunity and I didn't get that opportunity?
Right.
So the thing is, the move forward should be focusing on not the whys.
I didn't know it was supposed to be a competition.
It's not a competition, number one. And like I said, for me, it's about focusing on my journey, my path, where I'm going. It's about me.
Gotcha.
And so, because again, no one is going to promote you. You have to promote yourself. This is you, your brand.
That's it. Listen, I love not only talking to you, not only performing with you, but how you process things. Because everybody, what they say, some people go through the fire and don't come out smelling like smoke. So we might have had some, experiences in this music thing for many years, but to see you still vibrant, doing what you do, branding yourself and pushing forward, you know what I'm saying? We're still here. You know what I'm saying? And we're able to do that. And I just wanted to tell you, I thank you so very much for being you. Don't you ever change.
I won't.
Everybody, listen. So, Karen, how do people get in contact with you? How do they find you?
Well, available across social media outlets. The music is available, of course. The EP Upside of Life is available across all social media outlets. You can find it across Amazon, CD Baby, Tidal, Spotify, you name it. And as far as getting in touch with me, you can reach me through my website, which is www.karenlinette.com. And that's, as they say in the DMV, Kern.
Right.
So Karenli, because my mama made me with an I, Linette, KarenLinette.com, and as well on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Got it. Listen, I need you all to take a moment and make sure you go on all social media and locate my sister, Karen Linette. Karen Linette Official. Yes. So this is what it seems like. This is what it looks like. This is what it sounds like when we are in the studio here at DC Radio and you're chopping it up with Chook. We never know what songs we might come about, information. What can you name before we leave? What's a little thing that most of your audience might not know about you?
Ooh, that they don't know about me?
Like a fun fact.
I tear up when I see marching bands.
Really?
I love marching bands. I have very fond memories of being a child, and my mother would take us to the cherry blossom parades every year. And we didn't go for cherry blossoms.
Right.
Real talk.
Right.
We went to see the DC high school marching bands.
Wow, gotcha.
So like we had our favorites. I think Woodson and Dunbar and all those high schools. So I have a major affinity for high school marching bands. I love a good marching band.
Really?
I actually get a little emotional.
Really?
I'm like, I tear up a little bit.
Wow.
It's a beautiful, fond memory for me. And then not speaking towards the current administration. However, I love motorcades. I think it's the police officers on the motorcycles.
Right.
I think it's so sexy. It's sexy. Motorcades are sexy.
Oh,
it's official. It's official.
It's official.
I was like, ooh.
What's that, a man in uniform?
So I'm standing, yes. So I'm standing, they see the police officers on the motorcycle. Shout out to all the police officers watching. On the motorcycles. So I'm standing there on the corner on 16th Street. I was like, ooh. Oh, goodness.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Only here on Choppin It Up with you. When we say unscripted, live, one-on-one conversation. I am so thankful to have you in here today, sister, Miss Carol Linette.
Yes.
Listen, you all, as I say always, I'm always going to try to bring in artists and entrepreneurs and people whose journey can help you along the way. This is Antone Chooky Caldwell signing off, and you've been listening to Choppin It Up with Chook. Have a great day.
In DC, for DC. DC Radio, 96.3 HD4 and DCRadio.gov.